Hey everybody, great news. We finally have working headlights, high beam and low beam, clearance marker lights, and if you recall earlier, the lenses were broke out. So being the epic cheapskate that I am, I had some Lexan, so I went ahead and made lenses and went to truck supply place, big truck supply place, and got LEDs, amber LEDs for the front. The headlights, this one does not match this one. This one is one of the new ones, and this one is one of the new ones. And you can guess by the cloudy appearance, it didn't last too long, right out of the box. So I went down and harvested one out of the Falcon, the second one, because the first one I was fooling with a plug on the back and heard a leak, and she was no good. Got switches pretty much sorted. High beam off, low beam. Clearance lights or marker lights on off. This one is going to be for the fog light, and this one is the alternator exciter telling it to go to work. Oh, got a little bit of wire to tuck up underneath there. I did find out or figure out that working on wiring underneath a Jeep dash is very unpleasant. So I put the fuses on the outside. I think I covered that earlier. But the next big hurdle is brakes. I think I've got all my pieces, I could tell. And unfortunately, got a man down. My tailgate flappy doodle thing broke. And I can't figure why it would. So I got to figure out how to put my flappy doodle back on with all this here going on. But we'll figure it out. I mean, it's making progress, from a whole lot more progress than where it was whenever I first dragged it home. It's not coming along too bad. I'm actually quite happy with the results. Well, we got the lights and everything pretty well sorted, except for the tail light, which I don't want to put the tail light in until I get the brakes done for the brake light. But the next thing we need to address is this. And it gave out the other day. I've got enough pipe and flat iron and stuff. I can fix this one. I've got another one, but this was the one off of it, and it's just me. It probably will not look factory by the time I get done with it, but I don't care. As long as it's functional, because I'm more concerned about function over form. And we will get this addressed. A friend of mine up the road used to have a saying, old Lester, God rest his soul, good old guy, but he used to have a saying that was, beat it to fit and paint it to match. And that totally applies here. So I'm going to get cracking, do some measuring real quick, see what I come up with. This is not going to be exact by any means. See, here's the last time the old Jeep was registered, 69, and this is where I live. I mean, obviously. But we'll get cracking on it. I'll keep you posted. We're going to start cutting and hacking. Like I said, I can't do those videos that show you the process of this, making this work again, because I don't know. I cut the pieces and weld them on and keep beating it until it fits. All right, here we go. Well, didn't turn out terrible. This is some steel plate or some flat, some tube I had, and cut it and welded it together, knocked a little bit of the rust off, enough where I could scratch an arc on it. It seems to fit. I'm going to paint the inside here and make it a little more bearable. Try to keep the rust down. I'll show you the other side here. Here's the outside. Here's the outside. You see the tube. Got a gap. I don't care. I'm more concerned about function over form. It goes on. in the initial test fits, but this is stuff I had down in the barn and in the garage. So like old Lester used to say, beat it to fit and paint it to match. We have successfully beat it to fit, and now by golly we're going to paint it to match. All right, here we go. Hey everybody. Well, for what I had to work with, it really didn't come out too bad. I mean, it does tailgate stuff. I mean, it's not factory by any means, but I think we get us where we need to be. Put a little bit of paint on it to kind of keep it from rusting anymore. All right, well, we got that little fire stamped out. On to the next project. Hey everybody. Was going to start tackling brakes on the Jeep today, but it rained like stupid last night and I don't want to work in a mud puddle. So I'm going to tackle glass. We got to get it out and get new glass cut in town. I guess probably ought to check on a new seal. And the doors, I want to make those removable. So I think what I can do is grind out this rusty old hardware and just nut and bolt it. Oh, let me get back in the frame there. And just nut and bolt it. I mean, something similar, but better. So that way in the summertime we take the doors off. I will leave everything, the windshield flips out, so we got that going for us. I got most of the brake stuff. Well, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, and soft lines. But I don't have my hard lines yet. So I got to get this glass replaced. It's just terrible. It's delaminating and it's broken and there's BB gun holes in the other side. So get cracking on this and I'll keep you guys updated. Back with you here in a bit. Yeah, more progress. The tracks, I don't know if you can tell or not, were very, very rusty and had to do something to slow that down. So got the glass out of the side doors and painted the worst of the tracks, or where the slider doodad was thing used to go. So I got to get the glass cut, and the windshield got apparently the bottom part. Narrow that down a little bit. The bottom part here comes out from the top part. Well, I should have known that there was, in these corners, there's a piece of angle with screws on it on the back side. Needless to say, after 80 years, the screws are not having it. So, been PB blastering it. Hopefully with an impact driver, maybe I can get them out tomorrow, because if that doesn't work, we're resorting to a drill. But everything else is, except for that one little snag, it's coming along pretty good. Got one good piece of side glass, so I got to get 4 of those cut and find the glider or slidey things. But yeah, like I said, we're moving forward and didn't feel like working in a mud puddle today on the brakes. So I guess any progress is good progress. Right? Phew. Well, I got the old windshield frame out. The other one in, I got to take these off for the support arms. Got to get the good rearview mirror in, and this flappy, catchy, flippy doodle tabby thing to keep the windshield closed. Parts Jeep had a good windshield frame, and it had 2 good windshield pieces. These were, what you call, were broke. Got to take these off yet. But we're making progress. I'll get over there in just a second. I'll show you the new windshield. New windshield, newish, different windshield in. You can see good panes. It does have a little bit of delamination here, which is what I wanted, because if you put new glass in it, it looks like new glass in an old Jeep. And this was already paid for with the other Jeep, so I didn't have to buy anything. The frame, this is the frame off the other one. I got to put some seals in it, which is okay because I got some rubber strips I think I can make sort of work. I got to put some RTV or something down here along the bottom, try to seal it up a little. This is a Jeep. They are not, you'll never make them watertight as far as I can tell. Of course, I'm new, I say that, but I got to get these all cleared out, get my support arm brackets in. But, phew, that, I had to call in help. I had to call in help on this one. My buddy Corey came down and gave me a hand. Good kid. But I will finish this off, and then we have brakes and shock absorbers to put on. Shock absorbers are nothing because they're just pins. I don't know if you can see down there, but they're just like little pins hold them in, so there's no hardware to speak of. There's the other one. Then we got brakes. Brakes are going to be a biggie, but after that, just finish it off. It'll just be accessories. Well, trying to get the wheel cylinders off, and I've never been into anything like this before. It's a little unfamiliar. There was an outer nut, and in the past, apparently, some of the old timers had taken it off with a cold chisel and a hammer. No worries, we'll get that cleaned up, and got to run to town now, get some affordable sockets. It's pretty straightforward as far as the disassembly so far. I think I got to get that big nut out of the middle, and it works out good that the drums don't just slip off, because I do need to check the wheel bearings. I need to re-grease the wheel bearings, make sure they're good. The spacer, everything so far can be hammered out and saved. Trying to keep track of my hardware and everything. But as soon as I get that out, I believe that inner nut, get it out, we should be good to remove the drum and get the wheel cylinder off, and then put the new one on. All right, gotta go to town. All right, went to the big tool store, got a set of sockets. I just had this one jammed in there, you can tell by the grease. Got a set of sockets. Ugh. I guess my yard sale and auction tools didn't have quite what I needed, into 2 1/8. So got the socket set, but you can see where the problem is. There's supposed to be a, goes down in there. But I had a pair of channel locks. Here we go. This, I think, will get me where I need to be. All right, right on. Making progress. I think, oh yeah, she's already loose. Look at that. We need to check wheel bearings, races, all that good business. And apparently I did absolutely no good. It's loose. Okay. I'm going to take this off and disassemble it, and I will update you guys here in a bit. Well, it's really not bad. I had to spun the wheel whenever it was up, and the drag on the drum is where I guess it should be. Everything in there looks okay. The wheel cylinders really don't even look terrible, but I got new, so we're gonna get those taken off. Brake lines. First time around, I want to do all the wheel cylinders and get that done, but it just needs a little bit of cleanup. I'll scuff the pads and give them a little more bite, but and she's dirty. I mean, I guess I'll get all that out of there and lube the pivot points here, these, if I can get it in camera. Lube these up, make sure everything's 100%, put the wheel cylinders back in it, and by gosh and by golly, my way back together. I do need to clean the bearings, races, and all that there, so I'll get you guys up whenever I get to that point. So kind of a good news, bad news kind of thing. The front wheel bearings on this curb side are absolutely smoked. You can see in the race on both inner and outer bearings are about the same condition, races are about the same condition. Got them cleaned up. I got the inside one repacked. I didn't film it because I went dumb. Good news, bad news kind of deal. Bad news is Wheel bearings are obviously shot. Good news is I get to do this all over again as soon as I get bearings, races, and seals. Meh. It's sometimes learning is frustrating. Yeah, we'll get her back together. It'll be all right. All right, getting her put back together. I think I have my preload on the bearings set good. Mr. Lee explained it to me a long time ago how to set the preload. It was, run them down to where they're tight and then back them off. And with what I've got, I think I've got it. So we got the bearings back in it, inspected. They're terrible. Greased up with some of this blue grease I bought in the mid 80s. And internet, so now we got to put the locking ring doodad on it, and the other nut, and then the other nut, and the pin, and the bolts, and the cap. And this end will be about as good as it's going to get. Phew. Well, still waiting on the hub puller, because I've tried regular hub pullers and gear pullers, and the only thing I've managed to do is leave hammer marks. Anyway, it should be here tomorrow if Amazon comes through. You will notice the Rust-Oleum restoration going on. Pure restoration process. Thank you, Rust-Oleum. Restoration in a can. Did get the shock absorbers on. Still can't do much without that puller. Fronts were not bad once I figured out how to do it. Didn't want to force anything and break it because I didn't want to have to buy anything new, but the process continues. Hopefully the hub puller will be here tomorrow, and I can get the brakes on it and start wrapping her up. Well, kind of a good news, bad news thing. Good news is I got this snazzy hub puller, and been hammering on it, as you can tell, and don't think I got it maxed out yet, but she is not giving up. And this is kind of where I'm at. I am going to use the Torchy Burnzo thing and try to warm her up a little bit for whatever that's worth, which is probably just not much. All right, more hammering. So there you go. This is an indication of how things are going. Don't want to fool around and get too hot because I don't know where the seal is back there, the axle seal. So I keep on plugging away. I'll either run out of gas in the propane torch, or I'll run out of gas my own self. We'll see how it works out. Well, absolutely no luck. Cannot get it off, so I don't know if maybe it's welded on the back side, or I've hammered and hammered and hammered, and it is not going my way. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on getting front brakes and bypass this until I can figure something out, because I don't know what's going on with them. You'll see the Rust-Oleum restoration is still looking pretty good, but for now we're going to get back on front brakes and make up some time, because I fooled away way too much time trying to make things work, this and that. And I don't know, maybe if I got more heat on them, I don't know, might have to pull cover on the differential, and I don't know if it's like an old Chevrolet with the C-clip or not, but we'll figure it out. All right, time to get things wrapped up here and start getting lines on the front. So we're making good progress. I got it back together, and with my El Cheapo adjustable several 16ths and a hammer, I got the nut torqued down to exactly 150 foot-pounds, and my cotter pin is actually it's 100% OEM. Actually, what's that saying? It exceeds manufacturer quality, whatever. I don't. Anyway, it'll probably be okay. It'll probably be fine. I'm sure. Probably. Maybe, possibly. really hate to commit to anything I can be held accountable for. Hey everyone. The brakes are mostly done, but there's some things going on. Apparently we have hit monsoon season here, and I can't run out of time to work on the Jeep. Still got to keep the grass mowed, and I haven't been doing the things around here I'm supposed to be doing. Having a great time working on the Jeep and learning. It's just that I've got to step away from the Jeep for a while. Let's get in there. We've made a lot of progress, done a lot of good runs, drives, but unfortunately, you know, I've got a full-time job just like most all of you. Things I got to keep up the grounds of the chateau around here. You can see. Got a big to-do coming on 4th of July, you know. Got to trim the trees, run the weed whacker, and the long and the short of it is, got one more big thing to film and present. The rest of it I'll keep you guys up on. I mean, it's the brakes. When I get the brakes finished off, couldn't get the hubs off the back, but we'll have front brakes. Made a lot of progress, but I'm falling behind on my stuff here around the grounds of the chateau. There's a million things. There's a squirrel over there. I got a million things I got to be doing. I love working on the Jeep. I'm not done working on the Jeep. Got a ways to go on it yet. Want to get it safe. It's too slow to get on the road. Haven't spent hardly any money on it because, again, notorious cheapskate. If there's a cheap, I'll spend $9 to save 10. I'll keep you guys up on it. Right now, I'll give you a quick tour around the kind of the before and after thing. Gonna CLR it, get it cleaned up, vacuum it out, and then we're gonna give it the Rust-Oleum restoration, which means I've got a bunch of satin clear from, we're gonna spray, and it's gonna be good enough. I thought about using automotive grade, but the tub is in such bad condition, it is a waste of time and effort. The rest of it ain't too bad, but the tub is just shot. It's been pieced together before I even got it. But let me get around here. I'll show you some of the other things I got going. Hopefully you'll like. This is one of my side deals. This is Ruben. Made this for a gal from a long time ago that I went to school with. Super nice kid. She always treated me good in high school, at school, whenever we were at school together. I was a little odd, a little weird, you know, but she always treated me really well, was nice to me. This is one of my chicken sculptures. My friends call me a folk artist. I don't know exactly where I fall in that spectrum. An overactive imagination and a welder, I guess. We'll have a lot of fun. Hold on here a second, I'll show you a couple more. This is my sculpture of that the Derek guy from the Vice Grip show. Made out of all just scrap metal parts. Just stuff I found, brake chamber clevises and old refrigerant tanks and silliness like that. And over here we have my very first horse. I made the horse out of it. I think that was a helium tank, and bits and pieces, and my dandelions I found, or made I should say, my dandelions I made out of scrap. And a place for the birds to go poop. All right, for reference, here is the before. Getting ready to wash it, CLR it, Scotch Brite, whole shoot and match, vacuumed out the inside. This is the before. And now it's time to get cracking, and I'll show you the after the CLR washy. Phew. All right, here we go. Got her all CLR'd, washed, and got the majority of the bird poop and yuck off of it. Let it dry now. there we are. So he's coming along. Gonna let it dry for a little bit. And oh, got one more thing I got to show you real quick. Got the paint, got it all mixed and set and in the cups and ready to spray. And you'll see I got the paint booth swept, cleaned out. So it's about as good as it's going to get. Today we are using satin clear enamel, and I like the look. We'll see how it goes. I think it'll make the colors really pop. So, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, we're getting ready to start clearing it. Yeah, let me adjust my fan real quick. Okay, yeah, the fan's good. Air pressure's good. I guess we'll continue with the Rust-Oleum restoration. It's dry-ish. All right, I'll keep you guys updated as we go. Phew, as promised, here it is with the Rust-Oleum satin clear after the CLR cleaning and the Scotch-Brite. I put my tail light back on. I don't know, it's a motorcycle tail light off of something. It's one I found down in the barn. My previous repair on the tailgate, you can see there. This is 5 cans of clear. No, it will not last as long as 2K, I'm aware. But the old tub, I got a little bit of her welded up. You can see down in there, I found a piece and put in it, but the back of it is rather porous and leaky. But, you know, for something to just go have fun with, hell, I don't think it's coming along too bad at all. Like I said, I'm getting behind on my stuff here, so I'm going to do a couple other little things and probably finish up this video. I got to get the trees trimmed and the weed whacker run, and got to get back on my arting. But as a whole, I am extremely, extremely happy with the little Jeep. Blackberries coming in good this year. A little bit early. Had a lot of rain. A lot of rain. But they are fat and plump and healthy. I don't like eating blackberries. They're too seedy. Ugh. But I do enjoy taking care of them. To get a better shot. Got the back flappy doodle put on it. You can tell the gaps are just they're not great. I don't think it's going to hold out very much water, but every little bit helps. It's not real straight. She's a little warped, but that is okay. I need to come back and touch up my hardware so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So all the panels are on. I think that I have all the places where there's supposed to be glass. There is glass now. Let's see, got the rubber flappy doodle seal in the front, which I made out of an old fuel tank strap. This is from Donor Parts Jeep. Got from Joe down the road there. He had an extra one. What was left of the Jeep, not just the windshield, the glass, and that saved me enough money right there to pay for what I paid for the parts Jeep. Just got done mowing at the yard. Got the lawnmower sort of fixed enough to mow anyways. All right, here we go. Hey everybody. Oh, I've been inside watching car guy shows. I've been watching the dude from down around Clinton there who works on the atomic era cars, I guess you could say. Anyway, super good kid, extremely intelligent, knows what he's doing. Figured since it's dusk, we'll do a light check. I'm gonna get on over here And I got everything on toggles because that's really the only way I could guess my way through it. Okay, so got a three-way, let me get over. Got a three-way switch for headlights. Down should be low beam. And look at that. Oh, boss is watching. I knew he'd come over and check on me. Hi, Rudy Bears. All right, low beams. Let's see what else we got here. We got up as high beams. Stands to reason. Heavy beams. Say hi, Rudy Bear. Okay. So we got low beams, high beams. Turn those off. Running lights. Ow, shit. Sorry. Stupid handle jabbed me. Look at there. We got running lights. And look at that cute little tail light. I don't know what it came off of. It's one I found down in the barn. I haven't got the brake light hooked up yet because I don't have brakes on it yet. But it's on the to-do list. Okay, so we're good on the main ones. This one, alternator excite. This one is the somewhat homemade, oh, let me get out of here with this door, foggy driving lighty thing. Duh! And that is the light situation on the Jeep. Isn't that a good looking little rascal? Okay. This is another one of my sculptures. This is it's made out of just junk. It's just stuff I brought home. You can hear the neighbors up the road there having a big evening with their loud trucks. And that's fine. I hope they have a good time. Everybody be safe. Hey everybody. We just got back from town. I still have my going to town clothes on. So, this is my Jason and the Scorchers shirt because Jason and the Scorchers was one of my favorite bands in the 80s. Okay, so I'm a little over 6 foot with my floppy clown shoes on. So we're going to show you how a tall person gets in the Jeep. We're going to film it from the other side. It'd probably be more fun. Getting in is not terrible, but it's a little complicated if you're over 5'5". It's leg up, oh, swing in, butt down, oh, push the door open with your leg while you try to get it in. Oh, once you're in, even though 6 foot or better, it's not bad. It's actually quite comfortable. You can see I didn't waste a whole lot of money on upholstery. It's a little echoey, but not a bad deal. Okay, now comes the unpleasant part of trying to get out. You don't really get into this so much as you just kind of strap it on like a backpack. Here we go. There we are. I think this is where we're going to end this video. Obviously, I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but like I said before, I got a million things I got to get caught up on. Got a lot accomplished. Got a long ways to go. Not done with it by any means, but I've got some other things that I got to get taken care of. Around the grounds of the chateau here, my Arton. Definitely going to keep plugging away. I got brake parts and a bunch of other stuff to do to it, which is on the to-do list as time permits. Made a lot of progress in this video. Obviously not as much as I would want, but I never get as much accomplished as what I wanted to get done. Introduce you to the art, and got to get going back on that. Got a lot of great people who believe in my work. I guess I don't. They love it, and I love doing it. I never thought I would have this much fun with doing it. The Jeep has been an absolute riot. Had a great time with it. Like I said, we got a ways to go yet. Want to at least get brakes on it, but my stupid hub puller, I guess I got to be smarter than the hub. But we'll get it figured out. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the list of stuff that I've got to get. The video end of it, just like a lot of you all, I started watching videos on YouTube, and I watched the Vice Grip show like a lot of people do. There's a father and son team out of North Carolina, I think it is, that they build cars on a budget, so you could say they're kind of budget builds. I don't know what I can get by with on here, but anyways. And then the young fella down there in Clinton who prefers cars from the atomic era. Yes, they are all very entertaining, but they are also extremely educational. The amount that you can learn from them, even if you're a mechanic is a pretty broad brush to paint things with. You know, the stuff that I've learned watching them, absolutely amazing, very educational, all of them very good. And if you watch, like I said, you will learn quite a bit. But give them a go. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just videoing this old Jeep. I got to get an air solenoid on the 49. I got the new steering wheel put on it the other day. But the 49, phew, boy, you guys gonna like it. It's an amazing machine. I've had it done for like 8 years now, and it's still not done. There's a laundry list of stuff, but it's all small stuff. Nothing major. I hope you all are enjoying the videos. This will be number 4, but we've come a long ways from whatever we dragged it home at the first of the year. Very little money spent on it. Very little money spent because I'm a cheapskate. I'm in a good place with it. Mechanics being notorious hoarders. Hardware, wiring, a lot of stuff I had hoarded away. Got a lot of stuff from Rock Auto, the necessities. Bought what I needed, nothing else. Had to buy a hub puller, sound investment. But have, even including the initial price of the Jeep, it was a package deal. I bought the Jeep and a diesel engine, which I still have to harvest, which is on the to-do list. Very little money involved, a lot of work, a lot of imagination, and a lot of patience. Because if you ain't got a lot of money, you got to have a lot of patience, at least in my situation. Took grandkids for rides, which is big part of why I'm working on this thing. And it has been a absolute ball. I just love the little Jeep. Before I go, you know, if you all, I hope that if mechanicing or machines are new to you, I hope you're learning something. I'm learning too. Yes, I'm a kid of the 80s, but that doesn't mean that I had any need to do the amount of work I've done here. If you have the desire to do something like this, do it. The amount of information that you can find nowadays is absolutely amazing. Before we had Chilton's books and Haynes manuals, Haynes manuals, and that was about it. His next door neighbor. If my Ovotech teacher, Mr. Lee, could see me now, I hope he'd be proud of what he seen and what I turned out to be. You know, of course, that was a day or two back. Whew. Oh yeah, one more thing. I nearly forgot. If you like the shows, I like it. I know they're not good. I know. I get it. I don't care. I'm having a good time, and I'm trying to enlighten anybody who will listen. Hit the like and subscribe. I don't know. I've got another vehicle lined up after this one. Oh boy, whew, you think this one's bad, but I'll do other videos. It's not going to be just this kind of stuff. I've got, like I said, I got to get a solenoid on the 49 for the air ride, and I need to get the Falcon out of the barn. Kind of a back burner thing. But I got enough 38 Chevy parts to build a 38 Chevy truck. So we got plenty to keep us busy. There's so much to learn. There's a lot. There's always something to learn. There's always something to do. There's always something that needs to be done. Me personally, I got a lot of ground I want to get covered before I can't anymore. I'm always trying to do something, you know. Some people, they rest, you know. Rest. That's your thing. If that's what you want to do, hell, you know, it's your life. Me personally, I don't want to waste a single minute. I don't want to waste a single minute. Life is very short. Some folks, go do your thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm not hurting anybody. You know, I'm having a good time. Same with you. You ain't hurting nobody. You having a good time. Keep on trucking. Anyways, a world according to Larry, for whatever that's worth, which usually isn't much. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll keep on doing things. I don't know exactly what. We're not done with the Jeep. Got a ways to go on it. But it's good enough for around here, around the yard. Take the grandkids putting around. Smokes out the mosquitoes. Whew. The rings will come around. I'm sure the rings will come around. Anyways, y'all be good. We'll see you next time around.